27th April 2022. It was identified and confirmed on 28th April 2022. It turned out to be a Category 5 hurricane, and that hit us a few weeks ago. The hurricane shaped today's event. This is Technovanza 2022, where we bring together all technocrats, the best budding minds, celebrate technology, embrace learning, connect to the future, design, innovate, discuss, and exchange ideas. We as a company are focusing on leveling up to 5G, IoT, M2M, digital S&D, magic, and many more futuristic products that are currently being incubated, explored, or ideated. The aim of this event is to give strategy, vision, and direction to our organization. Good morning and welcome to 6D's first major tech event.
Welcome to Technovanza. Very happy to see all of you in single room again. You know, the majority of the 6D growth happened last 4 to 6 years. Okay. In that 4 to 6 years, last 2.5 years, we have been working from home with the pandemic. Definitely, we delivered many projects during the pandemic, and we learned the art of delivering this project by sitting at or working from home. We had the major project like Safaricom, MTN Subscription Manager and CRBT, the Vodafone device management. And yesterday also we made one major project live, which is Blue Sky. Means there are a lot of team working on this one. I'm saying the projects like Blue Sky or Safaricom, I think 70–80% of 6D is involved in some or other way with their modules. And this is our future. This kind of projects making live without much issues or any issues give us confidence to go to the next level. These are the achievements will take us from this level of 6D to next level, where we are doing an end-to-end solution for operator. And that has been our dream from the beginning. So we have many presenters today who will take you through the work they have done last 2.5 years and how we are taking towards or what is the roadmap we are planning for this product. Thank you again. I officially want to kickstart this event. Let the Technovanza begin.
Cheerful, happy, energetic. This is something which is awesome. I would say past, like how we started. So when we started, I remember the day when I came in, we were like 20 people. And the events which we had were like small scale. Today I see we are big and we are global. So now coming to what it means by technology acceleration strategy, this is something which we are defining for this year, 2023 and 2024. We started like on physical servers. We had desktop servers which were there. Then we moved into virtualization. I still remember those memories where we had worked on these servers. Then we went to on-prem data centers. But over the last 4 years, we see a huge rush in the market where we have exponential growth happening on the product lines. The way of products what we've been doing, like IoT products, BSS products, M2M products, CVM, MLOps, you name it, we have it. And as part of the TAS 24 strategy, the agenda is we take everything into cloud, and that's the final outcome of cloudification. So what we have done in 2022, so whatever you see in here, like Abhilash was saying, a lot of these projects have gone live because of the hard work and I can name it or spell it out because the kind of work which has gone into this is tremendous. It's also important for us to know what is our market focus. So we will definitely focus, and this is what we get the inputs from the sale, and they are also like directing us on the right lines. So we have opportunities coming on 5G, IoT deployments, AI MLOps, payments, digital S&D, digital marketplace, edge computing, which is something even which we all want to do, and then continuing delivering all the existing projects. That is also a part of the entire task strategy. The technology stack of the entire product line is going to be completely improvised. We are going to move everything towards cloud and Kubernetes. We will build cloud engineers. We will have data engineers. Now it's claimed by others, but we will also start claiming that we have cloud engineers, we have data engineers. We will develop on low-code platforms. We will deploy and enable the deployment with much simpler and efficiency. We are handling the M2M IoT customer base. We are replacing some of the existing IoT platforms. We are also moving from the existing billing, which is also one of the leading, I would say, software providers in billing. We are migrating from them. It's not a small deployment. We have a 10 million plus customer base entirely on DevOps. And going forward, when we discuss, we also see there is a future for edge. And finally, we want to automate it, and automation is a strategy which we want to adopt to make it simplified. I want to highlight this year, we are also going to participate in the TM Forum engagement so that we are having a booth. So it's a big event for all of us, especially from the technology side. So this is something which we are going to participate in September. So that's what we have achieved. Our Ferrari car or the fastest car is not going to stop. We're going to throttle and go in the same speed more aggressively. And we will make sure that we are going to cover all these areas, right from technology events, getting into new areas like smart city, digital transformation, 5G. This is a demand which comes up always. So we make sure we are also having 5G customers. Edge computing, which is again something which I feel is very critical as a technology team. We all forward look for seeing some products on edge and also building the center of excellence, because this has been a demand from most of the teams. I'm sure with this, we build a center of excellence of cloud engineers, data engineers, DevOps, MLOps guys. We will have a fantastic team. And I'm sure when we sit next year, we may need a bigger hall. We cannot accommodate only 300. Maybe we need 500 more. So that's where we look at the entire strategy. It was great to see you all in face-to-face. Thank you.
Good morning. Before starting, I want to say thank you to everyone for the hard work and support, which helped us to deliver 250 plus projects across 125 operators. Okay, thank you. We almost delivered all the projects mentioned in our website. The certain project, BSS and all in Blue Sky, they got delivered without a person traveling to the site. Next one is the biggest one. Nikhil already mentioned, actually, we were converted that project to microservice and Kubernetes. It was not easy across the team. So we had developed a DevOps team, and product got completely converted to microservice and Kubernetes deployment. Basically, when I say that when the product is matured, like BSS last time in Tashi, we had delivered in 8 months. Okay, some key highlights or focus we need. We have the product features in many operators. So we need to bring that to a single version. It will help us for an out-of-box system. And on the top, we can extend that to a training for the customer demo, and on the top, actually, for the documentation purpose. When I'm saying reduce the recurring issues, some bugs we have sorted out in one of the installation, which get repeated in other place, and the same for the configuration issues, same for the maintenance issues, which we need to check. CI/CD pipeline we developed last year. So we already developed an automation tool by using the Robo framework. In the CI/CD pipeline, we added this one Robo tool and a security tool we already identify, Fortify and Veracode. Now, I'm not sure Jebabu has joined from Trivandrum office. So we already having an automation team which is located in Trivandrum office. The same way, we already developed a centralized monitoring tool. Jobian team is doing this work. By using ELC stack, we are configured all the monitoring and alarms. Focus on the process. When I'm saying focus on the process, the day one, Ravi was insisting me to follow the process. So most of the department, we are following Jira, okay, for tracking the development, tracking the bug fixing, Then next one is tracking that customer ticketing tool. Thank you.
Morning, guys. You know, almost 15, 16 years back, when we were visiting Hutch in Mumbai, which is now Vodafone, we met the CTO. And the CTO, he said, no, we like your products, we like your technology, but more important for them is to know whether we will survive for 5 or 7 years or not. Well, guys, 20 years since then, we have survived, he has not. Let this be a platform to appreciate how really technology and everybody here in this room has really helped sales reach the targets. While the sales team can take all the credits, or most of the credits, I think I can very well mention that the credit goes to everyone here, the technology team, the delivery team, be it the pre-sales, be it the engineering team, be it the delivery, be it services. Many of us who were in this industry 15 years back, there are many companies with whom we used to compete. They are either not there anymore, or they have really merged or got acquired because of lack of ideas, lack of agility. But credit to the technology team here who has shown agility, who has shown flexibility to really keep up pace with the market, with the telecom, from messaging to analytics, SDPs, IoT platforms, BSS is really, really phenomenal. I think we should give everybody of us a round of applause. Competing with smaller players then, now we compete with some big names. I think that is really something commendable. I think we need to really appreciate that while we really focus on technology and processes, we should always have a human aspects in mind. Kenil develops Graphy. We think of very quick onboarding. When Praveen designs UI UX, he wants the customer experience to be best. So it's always about keeping the customers in mind, the humans in mind. I would not say customers, the humans in mind. The customers are, of course, also human. It's just the 6-7 months, first 6-7 months that the sales team interacts with the customer. Post that, once the business is awarded, maybe the complete next 6-7 years, it is the technology team that serves the customer. So more than us, the onus is on technology team to really keep the customer happy. Again, while the credit of closing the sales goes to the sales team, but I think the real credit should go to technology team to keep the customer happy for 6-7 years, and that's how we also get repeat sales. Again, congratulations everybody for 20th year.
Good morning, and warm welcome to all of you for this big event which Nikhil has organized. It's really appreciable that we have a technology event also. And as Abhilash, Manish, Nikhil rightly said that taking technology to next step is very, very important. We have all kinds of ingredients. And the best part, what I see, is that we have this. We have the courage and power that we will do it. And we have been doing it for the last 20 years. The other challenging thing, what I see from sales perspective, earlier when we were small, we used to compete with bigger vendors. And the biggest competition, what we used to give is the pricing and the time to deliver. So time to deliver is still good, but now we see that we have also become big, and now we are facing challenges from the smaller companies on cost. So we need to see that we are more agile, more how cloud and cloud native applications can help us to reduce our cost, how can we improve on our pricing so that we compete with the smaller players and also we compete with the bigger players. So one very important thing in Formula One racing you have to see, all cars are the best. The competition is between nanosecond, milliseconds, but who makes the difference? If you see, when the pit stop comes, all the team synchronize and put the wheels on time, change the fuel on time, and that's how the team which makes the difference and the Ferrari or the Mercedes wins. So you guys are the team. You are the one who is making us take the Ferrari to the success, to the podium where we are here. So sales is nothing. Sales is nothing. It's all because of technology sales is able to do. So together, sales and technology, support and customer and the good relationship, we have to carry so that we make this a big success for years to come. We are not here to just go down or get sold or get, many companies close down. We are here to succeed, grow further. Manish and me, both M and M. So you can say money and money. We have to bring money to you guys. And we have to succeed. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks to the leadership team for giving us vision, for sharing their thoughts. And thank you to the entire engineering team, because we as a pre-sales team are the face to the customer, but that face or whatever we speak cannot be possible without all of you. So really appreciate all your efforts and all the contribution that you're giving, which we can showcase to the customer. It's IoT plus analytics. These are two initiatives, two product lines that we focus on, which is Infinity, which is giving IoT solutions, and Magic, which is giving analytics. So why not we leverage the expertise for both the domains and create a solution which is a combination of both. So that's an amalgamation of two cutting-edge technologies, which is IoT plus analytics. This is what we have started taking baby steps. So while we have CMP, one of the leading platform in the market, where we are competing with some of the best platforms in the world, we have started replacing some of them. So the other thing that we have started focusing on is IoT applications. We can create both combination of IoT and the analytical system. And the benefits that you typically see because of this combination is it achieves a higher operational efficiency, creates new opportunity for products and services, lot of revenue opportunities, also increase the IoT scalability also, and eliminate the costly unplanned downtime. So this is where you can predict certain functionality, certain capabilities from the sensors, from the devices, from the machines. Because as you can see, overall revenue opportunity globally for the IoT business is tremendous. And this is not very far. This is just 3 years away. $386 billion. This is the overall revenue opportunity for the IoT business. And this is going to be one of the boom in the technology domain besides the telecom. As you can see the numbers below, one of the big number that you can see is again within the IoT, focusing on analytics and big data, which is 110 billion. Some of the IoT analytical use cases, as you can see, from a different domain. So for the first one, for example, is the customer experience. So IoT in retail is one classic example which is picking up. What if, for example, when you are moving on the road and you are nearby to a shopping mall, just imagine a scenario that there is a location-based capability which is detecting based on the car location, based on your location. It has a capability to detect and tell you that there is a sale going on in the mall in this particular brand. And when you actually enter, it actually enhances your in-store experience. So this is where analytics plays a very important role, because the platform knows you as a customer, platform knows your requirements, platform knows your likes and dislikes, and accordingly suggest that these are the products which are available in this location in the store. And then you can walk in and pick that up. Technologies that we can use as part of the analytics portfolio, which will help us to create products around it. So this is a food for thought. I'm sure all of us will work together, specifically the Magic team and the Infinity team will work together and create IoT analytics related products. So thank you very much.
So first of all, thank you so much, everyone. I'm from pre-sales. I know what the market needs, right? 5G and private network, everybody wants to make use of their so-called spectrum that they have purchased of 5G, and they want to make money out of it. The big debate, should enterprises be given control of 5G network or not? SaaS. Nikhil spoke about cloudification. What customer wants is everything on software as a service, right? So even new greenfields that are coming saying, boss, we don't have money. Can you host everything on a cloud and just maintain it, manage it for us? We don't need to bother about hardware. We don't need to bother about software. We just need to buy license for X number of users, and we want to live with it. So should we include analytics, anomaly detection, all of that to make life simpler for the telco, right? So that he is at peace, his operations is at peace, and as Aurora said, human touch, solve people's problems. They're already frustrated with their lives. So let's take few more steps to solve some problems with respect to the billing and pricing anomalies. The next is robotic process automation, right? So that is also AI ML driven. Everybody wants to solve repetitive tasks and reduce it to some robot doing it every time for them. Lastly, so recently we won a deal with a Canada operator called Rogers, and this was one of the key asks there, right? Do you support something called Helm charts? Now, what the hell is Helm chart? So it is nothing but, we are all techies here, we know what is apt-get, yum install, right? RPM. So Helm chart is the DevOps term for installation, the ease of installation. So what they want is, I should be able to do the upgrade myself. I don't need 6D. If 6D has given the release, I should be able to do the complete upgrade myself without 6D's involvement. Now that is the level of advancement people are asking for. Thank you so much.
The platform and overall the kind of traffic or the volume that we are handling is almost 1.5 billion plus messaging services in different forms. Almost 400 million plus kind of SMS is being screened on a daily basis, and we are very good in detection with our algorithms using the machine learning and the AI and ML models. Did this deployment in 2021, and since then, there is zero downtime. The project was delivered on time. Kudos to the project team and the product team to meet the timelines there. So we have already done deployment of device management again on a AWS, which is live with one of the operations of Millicom, which is from the LATAM region. 2002 that we started off with this product line. But still, it has a market size. This is very limited. The market size that I'm showing you is limited to the kind of things that we are doing. However, it's a 700 plus billion market opportunity which is there. Fraud control and monetization. So this is one line of product where we see that a lot of traction is there, not only with respect to the SMS, which is giving us a way to monetize, but we also see that in future we will have the opportunity of monetization with the enterprise services. This is the device management product line, and it has, Sachin has already shown a very large view of the kind of market size it has, but there are a lot of related, and there are a lot of things or the verticals within the IoT space or the M2M space. This is the playground that we envisage for our TAS 24 or the 2024 plan, where we see that this is the canvas, this is the technological concept or the stacks that we have to focus more on and use this canvas to build our own painting or the product that we can use it efficiently and to meet the kind of or innovate in a new ways with the new products, with the new line of business that we kind of foresee for the future. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for hosting me, and it's absolutely an honor to stand in stage with you guys as a customer and as a partner, right? I'm Rahul Srinivasan, I'm from Red Hat. I basically look at all the emerging technologies of Red Hat, and we have been a long-lasting partnership in terms of emerging products starting from the operating system from Red Hat. 96% of the customer-obsessed clients of Red Hat, just like you guys, looking at monetizing data coming from everywhere, right? If you have the data, the facts are right, and the output which you are giving in terms of facts to a customer drive decisions based on the data coming in, and finally providing a better experience to customer is a driving force behind IoT and edge computing, right? And when we are looking at operating system, for example, RHEL, we make sure that our development of operating system is built with security so that you can just consume it, right? The same thing goes for OpenShift, which talks about container security all the way to the edge as well as on the core. Flexibility is another important aspect which Red Hat provides you, because we are a truly open source company. How Red Hat perceives edge? Red Hat look at edge from three aspects. We find that our traditional business, which is data center, is in the core. You cannot remove it. It is going to be there even though you will go 100% distributed, right? So the OpenShift and the entire Kubernetes engine to provide you a core data center still exists. Extending that to provider edge, which you play around with, where you provide your services on telecom vendors, we provide the background, we provide the platform to run that services robust way to the customers, right? The only aspect of AI and ML development is that it's constantly evolving, right? And it needs constant monitoring. And it's not completely dependent on people. It does it automatically by learning pattern, understand what changes, and then delivers that, right? OpenShift basically looks at all. It looks at your traditional applications which you want to deliver it to your customers. We look at cloud native applications which you are developing. We are also look at serverless and functions which you want to deliver it all the way to the edge and the cloud, right? Around it, how we offer technical support to the customers, how we stand out, take your voice, go back to community and say that, hey, my customer wants this. Can we prioritize this in the community? That's what Red Hat does the best than anybody else, right? And I can say it with conviction because that's what we have been doing for last 20, 30 years. Thanks a lot for your time.
This design and focus, it was started almost 6-7 years back. That's what we have achieved here. All my products, whatever I've spoken about, we already enable a good service creation environment, which is we are already kind of a low-code development or no-code development. That means any customer wants any change in their business logic, we will be able to quickly change, deliver without wasting anyone's energy. So any layman people, they can just see this thing in a simple drag and drop tool, which I have developed and given to them, using which they will be able to change, deploy, run, take approval, anything can be done. GSP is nothing but General Service Delivery Platform, using which all these underlying products are developed so that the enablers and execution, everything can be done. Today in MTN, all those things is we are delivering almost 100,000 concurrent call CRBT platform because of this underlying technology. Again, coming to the codecs, so there are different 2G, 3G, 5G, whatever we speak about, for everything we have a different set of codecs. So all the codec framework also we have developed and kept. So whatever these thing is coming, we were able to do it. Now our focus is on the 5G codec, which is evolving at the ultra high density codecs for audio and video. Next is the 5G codec, which is like, as I spoken about, the video codec and audio codec we will be mostly focusing on to enable on our platform.
Okay, so this is what we have achieved so far, like using IVR for, if you see, where it is like a very easy tool where you can go and drag and drop and you can create any kind of menu there. Any kind means it is like a very, very easy thing, like you can able to do a third-party integration also there in a very easy way by just go and configuring like, okay, what is the request and what kind of response you are expecting and what is the URL. So that kind of easy way it is. Now we have come up with a TTS also, so that you can go and simply type it there and say like what language you want. So we have achieved with the Google APIs, like we can directly go and convert that text and we can go and play it blindly to the user. And this GUI, we are not only like using it by the developers, we are giving it to delivery team and we are giving it to customers so that tomorrow if any modification required or anything is there, there is no development team involvement is required for us. So any kind of modification and everything, even client or customer can able to do that. IVR in a visualized way, that is visual IVR. Here, how it will work is like, in a simple way, I'll tell you, like if I am dialing 123 for a customer care. So that time, if we can able to identify like, okay, what kind of mobile that end user is having. If he is having a smartphone, immediately we will disconnect the call and we will send him the link. So if he touch the link in his browser, we will show the menu, exact menu. Okay, it is welcome to this Airtel or Vodafone. So press 1 for going next. It will be like a touch-based. It is very interactive and it will be very easy for current modern technology. So next technology, what we are thinking is like, okay, even touch-based or like this thing we are giving also, we wanted to give something in an augmented voice AI model. Interactive, and it is like a two machine we are interacting, but it will not look like we are talking to a machine. It will be like human behavior, we are trying to bring it here. So this way, it will be like we can reduce the customer interaction and we can able to reduce the workforce, whatever customer is spending, and everything will be becoming easy.
The operated integrated micro apps, where small features will be bundled into SDKs or bundled into small, you can say, packages, and these will be given to the customers. Next comes to the Ad RBT. So Ad RBT is a kind of a feature where we'll tie up with the ad agencies, and the ad agencies will come up with some advertisements, and these advertisements will play to the customers, which is the full-fledged video RBT concept. This is what we are going to focus in the next 2 to 3, let's say, years, which we believe that by the end of 2024, we believe that there will be customers who will be opting for VRBT. Next is the RIBA. This is the RBT chatbot. So RBT chatbot, yesterday we had a hackathon, and we just showed the first impressions of how the RIBA chatbot will look like to the respective teams. So this will be a full-fledged RBT chatbot that will be integrated in our application. It will also be integrated over the social media platforms like Facebook and WhatsApp. And the entire operations of an RBT a user can do through this RIBA chatbot. Let's say you're calling an employee of 6D, and on your phone you're seeing a latest product of 6D. Let's say the Magic or any product of 6D which is being just showcased on your phone. So this is what we're moving next to, the enterprise-driven content. Next, and my final slide talks about some 360 degrees of the features that will be coming up in next few quarters to actually address the next generation RBT. The integrated call flash services, which be a service where we will also be sending text messages to the end customers. They can just dedicate it to their loved ones and all, and these will be delivered to them as soon as they call the B-party numbers. Short turnaround time, that means we are coming up with hybrid models for the mobile application, iOS, Android, as well as web development. Cloud native services, we are moving towards the cloud native part. We are trying to build RBT as a SaaS, and of course, transition towards the microarchitecture service. This is already in the pipeline. We have already worked for some modules, and they're already live. And finally, the operation tools, and what we are continuously facing from the customer, like they want to do most of the operations themselves without the intervention of 6D. So this is where our operation tools will be useful.
The next few minutes, I am going to take you through the canvas, which is digital BSS. So as we know, in traditional and analog architecture, what we have done is like we have big modules like CRM, billing, order management, UPC, etc., which was connected with legacy protocols. But as part of a task, what we have done is like we have splitted these modules into microservices. So nowadays, in our BSS suite, it is almost around, we have 96 microservices which is communicating with each other through this particular architecture. So we can see like we are using DevOps, we are using CIs, we are using CI/CD tools, etc. And we can deploy our software with a single click, even to our 6D environment, even back to the customer environment also. Because currently you can see like there is a Tanzu container registry is there, where from 6D lab, we are pushing that particular build, whatever which is there for the BSS towards container registry of Tanzu, which is there inside the customer environment. When a person commits a code into the GitLab, it continuously builds the things, and it pushes to the repository which customer has. So we have a lot of pipelines in between, like it does the code scanning, it does the deployment of the things. It can be a Docker image, or it can be a normal jar build, etc. So these all the things happen through a continuous integrations which we are doing inside our lab. In Safaricom, what we are doing is like whatever the metrics which we are seeing here, they can go to one single dashboard where they can see all the metrics. If these APIs can be supported by the external vendors also, they can quickly adapt to our platform. And this is already following the OD architecture also. I think I will invite Girija for the same.
Agenda for today is, within the interest of time, we are just going to give a glimpse of what we have done.
As we all know, all the opcos around the world are on the journey of transformation, and even Tashisel wants to be a part of it. Their business team needed a very agile and a robust system to introduce new features into the market. So that's where 6D is coming into picture.
So they had to take a new system, and we pitched in that situation.
We had a quite number of customization in this project. So we had an 8 months of project schedule. And to incorporate this amount of customization within the 8-month timeline was a tedious process. But hats off to development team, implementation team, testing, everyone. So they have delivered it within 8 months. So that is the USP of this project.
So we had multiple sprints, and all the team were very supportive, especially thanks to development team for doing many customization within the interest of time. And also we had a good requirement gathering phase. We were collecting all the requirements to the dot, and we documented all the requirements. We had a final sign-off document at the end of requirement gathering called a requirement specification document.
We introduced ESB there, which had seamless integrations with all their IT systems. We used a couple of open APIs. We have not certified, but we were using that business cases as per TMF. Then they were able to introduce new features to the market in a short span of time. In their legacy, it was taking months. With our systems, in weeks and days, we were able to deliver that.
So with that, we had a seamless migration on the go-live date. We didn't have, I would say, we didn't have any issue which is related to migration after the go-live. So overall, it was a fast delivery without any issues, as Abhilash sir mentioned. So in 8 months, and to be specific, 8 months and 12 days, we were able to deliver it. Thank you everyone.
What is CMP? Connection Management Platform, right? And why it need, and who needs actually it is, right? And if you see in the CMP, the Connection Management Platform, basically it is to analyze, to monitor, to provision, and to control the networks for the actual telcos. When I say telco, then again it is coming to various enterprise users, various channel partners. So how you can monitor, how you can control, and how you can monetize all their basic consumption pattern, all their basic analytics. And if you see on this architecture, what I did, you can see it is called LP1, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. We are talking about 6G as 5G. But I'm going to announce now our OCS is already 5G developed. It is already done, also tested. In very soon, we are going to live for a 5G network. That is Apua. I think all of you guys know. It is a one-stop UI, managing end-to-end order, managing end-to-end provisioning, controlling the data, analytics, various dashboard, which is helping to various enterprise users. These modules are going to evolve more and more. The team is really working very hard to adding more and more features. Our digital SDP has added 60% revenue additional to Safaricom. Always we are hearing issues, complaints, Safaricom, right, SDP, but we have added 60% revenue increase from Safaricom. I think nobody knows. We can put 45 days in the project plan to make SDP live. Thank you all.
So Togocell basically known for the French customer. We started our testing from the 15th of June, and within 3 months of time frame, we have delivered it by the 10th of September. So that was the first thing, and it is the second point basically in this particular project. It was the first BSS where we made 5G made live. And I would like to talk about one more thing over here. One IM professor asked me, where are you working? So I told 6G Technologies. There was a silence for a moment. He asked me, Arey yaar, we guys are not able to manage 3D. How you are managing 6D? I also thinking, okay, how we are managing 6D seriously? Is it 6 dimension? No. Then I thought, no, we are not 6 dimension, we are multi-dimension. Okay. Then I thought, what is 6D? Then I thought, okay, D for delivery. And what is delivery? Delivery is the creating the value and delivering the value. So creating the value, it is a big applause for our development, our our migration team and the IT team who create the value. And from the implementation side, we deliver the value. And I can really see the 6D treats their people very well. And the third point, which it links with it, it is the CSR activity. That is a corporate social responsibility. Okay? So corporate social responsibility, I have seen during the COVID time how 6D has done for its employee and its neighborhood. Okay? Which is unprecedented. Okay? Which I can say over here. Okay? And I am very much impressed, about one of the signature of our CXO who is asking, I am possible. Okay? From the 6G side, I would like to say, yes, we are possible.
See, we used to have all these data dongle era, and most of the time, most of you all not even having a CD drive in your laptops, but we used to copy the releases, from pen drives, we used to get a release in emails, we need to download data dongles and all those era. So in that time, we used to carry our own servers, most of our life is in data centers only. 100% on-site deployment we used to have. When we say data centers means this is the first thing comes to my mind because I was having very fantasy to travel DCs and see those servers racks. This is my first imagination, but I end up in having, because it is my own work also, I used to have this many cabling and all, used to have mess up, but fortunately, we have got a good IT team and, the team support we are having now. My only intention is to show you the vast services what we deployed here. And the very first one, what we were having is the text-based solutions. And after that, in the recent era, before this, after in the middle of our journey, after 10 years, we can see, we changed in the hardware, in the software release also, we used to get configuration changes, but with a code. And pre-corona, the only known virus which affected our work was the software virus, but corona affected us as well. So this has helped us in moving from 100% site to 50-50, and we are slowly moving from there to complete virtualization and 100% offshore, on-prem to cloud, and full-on cloud, private clouds, everywhere we are going there.
Congratulations, 6D. I think it's a super day for all you, and I know it is a very excited day for the people of 6D here. We from Oracle, myself, Saibul and Chandan, we are very delighted and honored today. We thank 6D team for inviting us. It's a great opportunity to work with 6D and let Oracle know how 6D is doing. We will take this experience and share within Oracle, make this so promoted within Oracle and make it more successful in coming years. MySQL heatwave, and we're going to talk about it. This is a technology which Oracle has launched for the companies like 6D and for the people who wants to analyze the data and make decisions. Today, without the data, we don't know what decisions I'm going to make. We designed few slides to let them know, okay, if you put extra efforts to do this activity and test the Oracle technology, these are the benefit for you. You're going to reduce the cost, and you're going to experience the performance, which is huge. Right? So this is overall cost of MySQL database service because the technology works for MySQL database. And when you adopt this technology, you intend to lift and shift your alternative database to MySQL managed services. This is the pricing which we are adding to our customer. MySQL database service is one of the very well managed, and MySQL is like Oracle product. So mother can take care of her baby better than anyone. Oracle will take care of MySQL better than any other vendor.
How to solve the problem of performance? User has to bifurcate the workload as a OLTP and OLAP, and they have to move to the specialist analytics product. But question is, moving the data from MySQL to other analytics product is not an easy task. Your application has to certified with analytics product. You have to move the data by using the ETL process. then there is a chances that you may lose some data. There is a chances that there is inconsistency of data. Who will take the risk? Because data is the most valuable asset for every organization. And the question is security, because data will transit from one source to other source, so in between, who will take the security part, right? To solve this problem, we have built the solution HeatWave. What is HeatWave? HeatWave is in-memory columnar storage query accelerator engine. HeatWave job is to accelerate the performance of MySQL database. And with this, you don't need to move the data from MySQL to any other platform. Your data is remain intact with MySQL.
The feedback has been given to us. 6D has experienced 139 times faster in your workload.
What is MLOps? Everyone is talking about machine learning, machine learning, machine learning. But there is so much hard work if you need to deliver any machine learning model into the market. If we think to launch any model, it takes so many months, 6 months, 8 months, more than a year to launch one kind of model. But with the help of MLOps, you can launch in very quickly time. So MLOps basically is a machine learning operations, which is provided by mainly 3 vendors. One is AWS, then Google, and then the Microsoft Azure. It comes with a complete CI/CD pipeline, which you can create on the cloud, on the fly, and it has to be orchestrated with the Apache Airflow. We have used here Apache Airflow. It is up to you what kind of tools you want to use. So primarily, I'll be talking about AWS because we have recently deployed in Tigo, Guatemala, and it was a complete full-on cloud. It was really great. With the help of the entire team, we have made it success in very few weeks. But let's say if he's a data scientist, he has to write a model. So once he has to write a model, he will be writing into a SageMaker Studio, which is provided by AWS. And the AWS SageMaker Studio is a complete toolkit where a developer can write a code. And then he can train it, and then he can test it. So he opens the studio, he writes his code, and then he builds the code, and then he publishes into a code commit. Once it happens, then the mere orchestrator comes. He is Manoj. He is the backbone of all kind of machine learning things which we are doing. And apart from that, we have our CVM product line, and that is the key thing. We have chosen a software called Apache Airflow, which is, you can see here. And the complete pipeline is being triggered based upon the action which will be provided by this particular user. This is the actual architecture which I wanted to tell you how we have simplified it. When you have to work with this kind of architecture, it is really complex, and it takes so much time to understand so many tools are there in the market, and you have to use the right tool based upon your use cases. Now we all together have to be in this particular process so that we can win all these kind of projects soon. Thank you.
Entire landscape, right, is changing for the telecom players, right? And it's been evolving for quite some time now, right? First came the data services, then came, the 3G, and then the 4G, and then now we are talking of 5G, right? And once we are talking of 5G, we are talking of, more immersive experiences with haptic gloves and remote surgeries being possible. We are talking of very relevant and customized offerings that every customer would want, right? TMF has come up with, and from my telecom days, I can relate to it definitely. How are they moving to the cloud, right? And AWS is the primary place where they're moving on to cloud, and these are some of the announcements which are out there. There's an offering from us called AWS Wavelength, right? Which is enabling customers to leverage 5G networks and leverage ultra-low latency workloads, right? And run them on AWS Wavelengths. We've partnered with telcos around the globe for this, and each of these, streams, how could you leverage AWS services or their larger ecosystem to be deploying on the cloud? This is what we cover here, right? So right from channel management to customer and partner management
to product management, revenue management, and assurance, right, and analytics. So around each of these areas, we have services, which we can leverage and co-build together to be going out in the market. We have different programs which help our partners in rediscovering, on the cloud as to what needs to be done to be more cloud native and leverage the cloud effectively. We can definitely work on this and see how we can leverage our professional services or any of our other partners who can help us with this transformation journey. Thanks. That's it. And
we started off with the ticketing. Ticketing is still the base or the backbone of supporting. And we ventured into the help desk also. We had a process. We started the process. And moving forward, in the coming years, we started off with Nagios, the high alerting mechanism, the tracking for the SLAs and the open tickets. By 2015, we went into the operations. And this is a progressive path. So all these things, what we achieved in the initial phases are still continuing. Okay. Now, lately we got into the BSS MS projects and into the ELK as well. What I'm trying to project here is the number of projects which we have taken complete handover. It's around 51. And the next slide is an overview of the entire activities of the support team, which we actually handled through ELK. This is just the front end of the ticketing tool which we have. So it gives an idea about the total number of tickets that we have handled and the SLA exceeded. Timely updates will always help us. Let's say if we provide a regular update to the client, that will help us in the long run. Visibility on the revenue realization. Why? Because there are many places where we are unaware or we are not quite sure about what is the priority that we have to give based on the revenue. So once that is realized, it will be helpful for the entire team to actually act on it and then move forward. The second one was regarding an in-house management tool. The reason is, if it's a single entity, let's say we get a ticket and in the initial stages itself, if the help desk engineer is able to identify whether he needs to actually act on it or not, or what priority he needs to give or not, it will be really helpful. So the entire team will be actually involved in that process of closing the ticket. I'd like to thank each and everyone once again for all the support.
Getting into vendors, which is like sales and distribution platform. Okay, we have been developing this product for some time now. And okay, I'm standing here, I'm being the face to you right now. But we have Abhilash Nambiar also, everyone knows him by Nambiar. Okay, so he is a man who sits in the behind and run the show. So earlier how it used to happen is the operators used to run the show. They were having an SND, so it's most of the things done through an ERP and rest of the things are manual. They are least bothered about the other sales except the primary sales. These are the problems what they are facing now. Again, they don't have any view on secondary or tertiary sales. Okay, no visibility of what is happening on the field. When I say field, so what happens is this stocks what I'm talking about has to be made available to the retailers or the point of sales where they have field agents on the ground who will go and then sell this. So solution is definitely a vendors. Yes, you are digitalizing the entire chain. That's how you are capturing the data. Okay, you can also capture the competition data. Okay, so we are just connecting the dots of using all these products and ensuring that all these, what I said earlier as challenges, can be mitigated, all those risks can be mitigated or challenges can be met using this platform. Now, back in 2020, we actually started converting everything to microservices. Okay, so from smartphone onwards, all the components we converted to microservices. Then we changed our mobile native app to Flutter app, which is hybrid in nature, which runs in both iOS and Android. Then Kubernetes, Docker, Kafka, all these sidecars coming along with your microservice architecture. We also implemented a full Jira and Agile process in 2020. We'll be converting to a subscription model, then definitely AI and ML implementation will be there, and low-code platform, which is aligned to the TAS 24, what Nikhil had presented. You know that earlier we had IT Ops. Okay, so this IT Ops has been transformed to DevOps now. Okay, there are a lot of efforts. So I would like to appreciate Sharath and team, okay, for this transformation. Okay, because This is not an easy task. Okay, I have seen it. I have been sitting with them and working, so it's not an easy task. So I definitely would like to thank them. Okay, that's it.
So yeah, I'm here to talk about what we are going to do in the days to come with device management platform. Okay, so when device management platform started up, it was a very basic system. There was only one protocol supported, the client provisioning, the OMA client provisioning protocol. And it had only support for a single tenant. And the maximum we had deployed in that platform was 80 million subscribers. But we had to shed tears of blood to make 80 million subscribers work on that platform. And it was it only had on-premise support, and we had like a lot of reliability issues. We would call a query to write data into the DB during the transaction, and sometimes the query would fail, and we had no way of reconciling all the failed queries in the end. So we had like a lot of reliability issues there. Some of the key deployments we have been having in the past year, so the DMS is getting deployed in these locations right now. So according to McKinsey, the market insight, there's a huge market for the IoT, the enablement platforms, as well as the connectivity platforms. So since our primary area is focused on the connectivity to the network and the enablement platform where we manage the devices, right now, IBM, Amazon, Microsoft, these are the big names who are operating in this area. And if we look at the interesting features, the features that make them really good is they have connectivity for all the 2G, 3G, 4G, and the 5G, they're all already complied and they are all up to date. And they have a well-defined API interface where the subscriber base is less than 5 million sometimes, and it's somewhat between less than 30 million subscribers. So now all our optimization, it requires a large number of servers. We need a Kafka cluster, an InnoDB cluster, ELK cluster. That itself is 9 servers minimum. And then the application and other DB, other reporting and other servers come in. So it makes it very expensive when somebody is buying this product for a small subscriber base. So our focus is to now optimize the resources in such a way that it's profitable to sell it to a small customer as well as to a large customer base operator. So we ideally should move to a standardized API service. So our choice is to already 1M2M is standardized, and it also offers certification. So our intention is to move towards 1M2M complied API interface in the coming time. We hope to achieve the full compliance with 1M2M, and that is the that's the way we are moving forward from here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So our first IoT M2M solution was deployed in BIX. It was live a couple of years ago. And as of now, it's going on an agile delivery. And we have successfully completed around 25 sprints till now.
So this is basically the design process which is running in BRICS project. So they will bring the new stories, marketing team and other stakeholders will bring the new stories to PO. Then PO will present that stories in a particular ceremony called PO presentation. And there, our architects, 6D architects and BICS architects also will be present. And they together will understand the business requirement. And they will further, and then what they will do is they will go to the next process, what we call as design to do. And one more thing I want to highlight here, with BICS, more than like a client-vendor relationship, we are working as a team with BICS because, and you can see that in this team also, it is not 6D alone working, it is a combined team. So this is basically the sprint process, what we are following. So basically, PO will give the priority of the stories which need to be taken as a part of the sprint, or the sprint process, what we call. In that, development, testing, documentation, everything will be completed in one sprint. That means nothing will be left after that. After one sprint is completed, that means one story is ready for production or ready for UAT. So release sprint is very critical here because BICS is a live project and a lot of customers are onboarded. So in release sprint, we will do a lot of major activities like the training for the stakeholders, UAT completion, and then one new thing what we have introduced is the code freeze. And next, again, I said it is a collective responsibility, the goals, the priorities, everything same for everyone. If one person is expertise on one area, so we are making, since we have a dedicated team, we are training them in other modules also, so that they can be cross-functional. So that also is happening in this project.
The Vodacom, the Vodacom Tanzania, we had these lines of businesses. Majorly we had catered to the enterprise customers, postpaid customers. So all the customers were enterprise postpaid, and we had GSM postpaid, toll-free, fixed line, and APN, direct internet access, fixed line, as well as GSM. So as I was saying, most of the things were done during COVID period. So what we had done was we had introduced SLM system which integrated with downstream system like CRM and other things, and improved that process and made their process pretty good. And we had to integrate from all the systems and make the system work seamlessly, so that we could do onboarding from one system to another by getting the data entered on at the initial system. And Vodacom Tanzania is leading in the group to meet this KPI. So that is one of the achievements we have, and I would like to thank billing team who had improved the system so that we can achieve this KPI continuously. We were able to close our side of work fastly than other vendors. So we were first in everything. Other vendors were following the project plan which was set by 6D, and Tanzania team was also following a project plan set by 6D. So that's a great achievement, and I would like to thank all development teams, DevOps teams, and implementation teams who had worked seamlessly to get the containerized platform up and running and to achieve this feat. Thank you, everyone.
I am taking this opportunity to announce a new BA tool. BSS kind of and UAS kind of products, kind of things. There are some things Ken has mentioned in the previous slide, like Geo Business Visibility kind of products, and other CVM, or key products. I'm just giving an introduction, like what is Apache Superset? It's a purely open source business intelligence tool. There are some problem. Pentaho has some, recently we faced a problem in Wakanda. When you're moving this Pentaho BI tool in a container base, they are taking like a 6 GB, 10 GB size. Finally, we came to know that, okay, Superset is one of the best option for our 6D. So we have done something like vulnerability patches. This is one of the main problems we have faced recently. And third point is Pentaho community have limited interactive reporting capability, and we need to always looking for a third-party plugin. Like everyone knows something, people are Psycho. We are using some Psycho plugin for integrating with the drag and drop. We have done a proper R&D last 2 months, because future we cannot came to know that, okay, this kind of feature, like same thing, key clock integration also we have done recently. Okay, same like a Tableau. Okay, and also it's very lightweight, and a caching layer to help database load, support environment. This is one of the critical. Okay, this is one of the important points, like what are the environments it will support? On-premise, cloud, and containers. This is 3 interface you will get it. So once the data, how many, by using Explorer, whatever the data, whatever the reports you are creating, whatever you are saving, those reports you can, by using a dashboard utility, you can select whatever the reports I created, and those you can drag and you can create a dashboard. They can drag and drop the data, whatever I'm analyzing, and also you can do some kind of SQL query here and can see the output here.
So today we are going to showcase the case study that we have done in the past. So the case studies from Mauritius Telecom and Tajicel Bhutan, and the advanced feature we added to the platform, those will be covered here. Mauritius Telecom, we went live 3 weeks before. It was a smooth transformation thanks to Basil, Ajit Bilare, and Salal. And we deployed this one for a 200K subscriber base. We onboarded more than 1,000 plus agents and merchants. More than 15 banks we integrated. So anyone has an account in this bank can easily do the transfer to the wallet. We have 10 plus utility service providers. These utility service providers can be water or electricity bill. All this can be done through the mobile app. Now, if we go to the features, right, we have the basic features from registration, moving the money from the bank to the wallet. You can do the P2P transfer. These are the basic features. What we bring new to this one is the personal finance management, something like you can categorize your spendings. You can see all the budget, everything from the personal finance management. We have the rewards and games. So as part of the redemption, we can get loyalty points. The more transaction you do, you will get more loyalty points. This is a case study from Bhutan. We can proudly say it's a first digital wallet in Bhutan. We started with the basic things. We started with the agents. We added more banks. Now, currently, more than 5,000 agents or merchants are there as part of the platform. Now, if you go to the features, right, we have transfer money, we have cash in, cash out. We have integrated with the insurance provider, tax, loan. So all these payments will be easily can be done through the mobile app. The new advanced feature we added here is the lottery management. So you can take the lotteries through the mobile app, and the winner can get the lottery provider will announce the winner to the app also. The new feature we added for the platform, it's something like personal finance management, where you can categorize all your spending. You can track your spendings from the mobile app itself, how much you have spent in shopping, how much you have spent in restaurants, how much you have spent in other utilities, all can be tracked from here. This is give a high-level view of the point of sale, which we deployed in Fiji. We tied up with a Chinese vendor to get the Android-based point of sale machines. The user can directly swipe the credit card or debit card through the point of sale machine, which is integrated to the bank switch, and all payments will be taken care by the platform.
The success story for Telkomsel Indonesia has started. So, on top of that, we had to deliver BSS along with loyalty and magic component. So Telkomsel, just to give a background, it's a tier 1 operator in Indonesia, the largest operator. They have around 100 million subscriber base. So they were upgrading the app in terms of quality, your videos, games, all that kind of stuff was going on, along with build your own plan, which was a very good thing, very good functionality, as well as your loyalty and referral, which is a big hit. Highlights of the project. So year 1, it was a greenfield project. We started from count 0, and the target for Telkomsel was set 1.5 million for a year. And we crossed 1.5 million in around 3-4 months. So currently we are sitting at around 4.3 million, and we are already expanding the platform from 4 to 8. Also, Telkomsel was so impressed with our platform that they are already planning to migrate a lot of their subscribers to our base platform. And somehow, miraculously, we are supporting around 300 TPS when there was very, very heavy load. For the past 7-8 months, we are in a very good state. There is no issues, and resulting, we are getting a lot of new CRs, new deliveries are ongoing. And then, yeah, we had to start working on the tools. But as the timeline was less, we had to take a call whether we go with the process or we go for the project delivery. So we had to find a balance between using the tools plus maintaining the sprints as well. And so this approach, when we had a communication strong with the client, we were able to convince them that, okay, sprint is fine, we'll do this, we'll do Jira, but there's a limitation to how to use it and use it to our advantage. And that's what we could do. That's why the delivery happened on time.
Digimate, the first enterprise messaging gateway solution, multi-channel enterprise messaging gateway solution we have deployed for Airtel. The solution we have deployed for 20,000 TPS, even though right now the customers are using the system with 30,000 TPS. Currently we have 400 plus active enterprises in the platform, and we have deployed this on a virtualized infrastructure. As you know, to meet the market, we are doing a quick delivery, an enhanced version of Digimate. We say that more functionality feature-wise, we are deploying in NextG. And the advantage of NextG is like we have delivered a very quick delivery we have done. We have deployed in 45 days, NextG. And the phase 2 UAT is going on at present, and it was an aggregator kind of platform. By end of this month, we are going live with the NextG. Now, I would take this to Congrats and another product. It's a URL filtering engine. URL filtering, yes, we are doing this product with the help of one of the components from F5. My team will always say that's a black box. We don't know what's going inside the box. We started this deployment for IDEA. So it was with a 750K as a subscriber base. So once the merger has happened, we have the platform we have deployed for Vodafone as well in the name of VAL. So there also we have done a 750K deployment, and later we have our customer base has increased, and we have done a multiple now we are almost stabilized with that, and we are doing one more migration this time. I'm assuring you I will be completing this migration in the next 45 days. Thank you all.
So you guys know already what SMS firewall is. It's the platform which will protect the operators and also the operator network from the lot of fraud. Also help in monetizing the A2P traffic. Now this platform is the one which would help the operator to get the visibility of those gray routes and convert that into a white routes. There is also a phishing detection URL model which is there, which helps in detecting the SMS phishing messages. Now this is a feature which helps in detecting these phishing URLs and block these SMSs. Where the SMS firewall is implemented, one is in Tigo, Mascom, and Celsi, and in Ritel. There's A2P revenue went up by 40%, and there was some 1 to 2% of spoofing and faking scenarios, and there was 10% of the traffic was getting blocked by the firewall rules. One feature is the honeypot feature, where this would help the security analyst to find the gray routes. And also, there are a lot of malware attacks which are happening in the network. So we want to have into the SIMjacker attacks. And we want to improve the existing ML models because the spam patterns keep changing in, so the ML models have to be improved and they have to be monitored. In the video. So we want to go from SMS firewall, get evolved into a signaling firewall. We start with SS7 and diameter, and then take it towards the SIP RCS and 5G. How we want to evolve? So we want, there's an SMSE which is required for an M2M use case, where to send the OTA messages and to wake up the device communication. Second is, in the 5G, there is a SMS service function, which is required to communicate with the users on the NAS, mobile user. And there's an RCS support we would like for coming into the IP messaging space, integrate with the Google Drive, and also develop a standalone RCS network. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Everyone knows that USSD is one of the 6D's first few products, and from there it evolved from 2002 onwards. Then we went to N+1 architecture from physical servers. Then after that, we'll go to virtual machines. After that, instantiation. Now we are planning to move to microservices architecture. And earlier it was 1 million. Now we are 20 million subscribers. We are supporting more than 200 TPS up to we are supporting in USSD. And these are the competitors we have. And these are the distinguished features. Like even we have, right, USSD, different service codes. We have service-wise timers we can configure. Earlier we have only single timer for all services. Now we have different timers we can configure, network timer as well as application timeout. AI services also supplementary projects so that we can give satellite information for like Tenilar, Myanmar kind of places as on demand. VNF manager, where lifecycle management, module software, updates, healing, and all these things we are going to do in next 2 years. MAC-based authentication we deployed in Blue Sky, and VAL other accounting username based as well as accounting features we are going to deploy in VAL. These are the releases we are going to develop in AAA as a roadmap.
Very strong congratulations for completing 20 years. It's a big thing. I did see the products. These are great, which are all working in the background. So data has been growing tremendously, you know. All organizations were becoming data-driven. Suddenly, they are becoming data-intensive. So we are a fast database for data-intensive applications, and we are supporting a lot of use cases. True Digital is our customer. Telecom Indonesia, I saw one of the slides, is a customer. Saudi Telecom is one of our largest customers, almost moving 4 to 5 petabytes of data onto single store.
With single store, you can use it as a standard transactional database. You can run all your applications, transactions on single store. You can ingest streaming data into single store. You don't need additional streaming solutions or streaming databases. You can just store JSON as JSON and run your queries on JSON data. There was a transactional system, do a ETL, do a data warehouse, then build a BI product. Now nobody has so much time. If you ask consumers, they need it now. They need it right now to make right decisions, right? They want the right data. What does that mean? They want the data from the source, not from a secondary data warehouse. Those are the use cases that we are powering. Like anytime 100 to 1,000 times faster, I can help you reduce your database costs, those database efforts that you're spending on slow processing databases or struggling to architect a rock-solid, resilient database. We can do that in a much easier way and zero complexity, right? Easy to deploy, start using with standard NCSQL. That means you don't really have to refactor your applications. If you're using MySQL, lift shift to single store, continue with your application, connecting it to single store. If you're building an app, you're building any solution that needs a transactional system, you can use single store. You can augment. You already have a transactional database, data warehouse deployed. You can use single store to solve some key challenges that you might have or make things faster. Or you can modernize, like outright replace your old databases.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, on this note, we move on to the awards segment and give yourself a huge round of applause if you have contributed to your company's success, contributed to your company's growth, because each person present over here makes this company that the company is today and the company will be tomorrow. Can I see all of you put your hands up in the air and clap for each one of you? Clap for each person sitting to your left, to your right, to your front, behind you. Give yourself a pat on the back because each one of you makes this company a company worth remembering for the clients, for the stakeholders, for all our partners, and every person who interacts and engages with us. So on that note, congratulations. And there are some who have gone beyond and they deserve an award to come down here and receive one. For those who don't, I'm sure there is a long way to go for all of us.
Thank you for the enthusiasm, your participation, and generally upping up the positive vibes today. We thank each and every 6DN. Today's event is a validation of your contribution towards our growth in every aspect. Most importantly, if today's promos, videos, intros were a visual treat, a big shout out to the UI UX team there.
So we want to thank for all people for picking trophies, to managing hotels, to conceptualizing the minute of this day, to strengthening our unexpected details, setting up competitions, running social media campaigns, and many more things. So as to not miss anyone, we give our thanks to many who carried us in Technovanza fever we all were in, and performed their duties unwaveringly to this day, and we have them on screen for you because, yes, they deserve it. And for your ideas, support, your time, your sacrifice of your personal time, everyone, who are supporting, who are not for participating. Another round of thanks to everyone who pitched in. We thank each and every one of them and sincerely hope we have not missed anyone.
Stand wherever you are and we'll create an experience of a lifetime. This is the credit video for you. You know what? This is the first time, I've heard a lot of vote of thanks where you thank every individual, you thank teams. This is the first time I have seen in my last, 15, 20 years of my career on the stage where I've seen a corporate thank you video being created. So hats off to you and the team for coming up with this video.